Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up. But first, as always, let's get started with weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard, hard-working crew, taking care of everyday comfort needs all over the Panhandle, but the stores up there in Southport. Now, it's going to be a high of 58 and a low of 41, about like that all week. It's just going to be really what I call seasonal weather, and it's going to be some cool nights, but I know some of y'all already got some fires going and had them going all last week. So anyway, but our all-important water temperature brought to us by Allco Electrical Engineering out of Lynn Haven there. They're looking at a 58.5, very important. First time it's dropped under 60 this winter. So it's below 60 degrees, and that's always, to me, sort of a flag, one of the flags out of the way now. That's going to get on down a little bit further. So the river reading brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola, looking at the Apalachicola Brunstown, 7.6. It's pretty steady, but it may, all this rain, we may be going up a little bit. The Choctaw Caryville, a 6.1 and going up, and it's going to be going on up for a couple of days. I'm looking at, looks like it. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Tuesday, January 14th. Great tides today, tomorrow. Some really strong tides coming in. It's going to be low this morning at 8:17 and a high at 10:07. The marine forecast is coming out of northeast, still strong at 10 to 15. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Just briefly talking about yesterday's video on outdoor projects. I hope you enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm so glad they kept that little tradition going, and the kids make it all kind of, you saw it. I just wanted to share that with you because I know a lot of y'all got a kick out of it, and it's had a lot of fond memories. I never will forget this. One Monday, after projects were turned in, I got a call from a mom of one of my senior boys, and she said, "Coach Chester, I just want to thank you for assigning an outdoor ed project." I said, "Well, usually parents don't call and thank you for assigning projects." She said, "What happened?" She said, "My son and his dad, my husband, Saturday afternoon, they spent about 3 or 4 hours in the garage making a project, and they were doing it together." She said, "I just sat there on a stool and watched them and just listened to them." She said that was such a good bonding because my son's been so busy being a senior, doing this and doing that. My husband's been busy at work, and they just sort of took a time out and made that. She said, "I never will forget that." I took some pictures. So, I want to encourage you to maybe your children, grandchildren, neighbors down the street, get them to make, the only rule we had, make something with your hands. And you saw it. So anyway, and you can do that all, especially young kids. They make something, and they don't do that kind of stuff much more in the school. So hopefully we'll get it going back. So anyway, I just want to share that with you. And speaking of students, he's one of my former students, Lindsay too, and he had they have a place up in Alabama. So incredibly thankful and blessed for the opportunity to have harvested this beautiful deer this past week. Look at Lindsay, big old smile. I tell Jeff, she probably won't mind me saying this. She's having a bad hair day, but she's an outdoor girl. But what a fine buck, Lindsay. The Two family. All right. Choctahatchee Bay, how about the snook? And this was a couple of days ago, braved the rain and wind after work, and it paid off big time. Looks like they're growing and surviving the cold. He said lost another big one that was probably bigger than almost 24 inches. This is Omar Ambriz, and you see it right there. It's in a kayak. Is that not cool? If that's not impressive enough, all right, that's a good picture of it. All right, the Choctahatchee Bay. How about him catching a big old redfish? Omar had a big day. Good job over Choctahatchee Bay. Then Stevens, okay. Could you please announce on your show that a 1975 MHS Mosley High School graduation class is having their 50th reunion? Would that be okay? And it sure will, Lynn, because I just did. So all you old people in that class of 1975 at Mosley, y'all get together and have a good time. I may even go to it. Okay, this James Rogers sent this. his son Matt catch and release numerous trout last night. When he got out, he noticed his paddleboard was covered with ice. Let's go to the picture. Let me see. Here's a picture right here. This is winter trout. We talk about this on the fishing report all the time. Some nice winter trout. But he's fishing off the board, and look at that. That is ice on there. Can you imagine? That's dedication. That's loving to fish in that cold weather like we've had recently. Good job. Thanks for sharing that with us. Hunter Ray, I talked about him. He did all the dog hunting stuff last week. Well, his daughter actually went out, and I won't read the whole thing, but she went her first time in the stand hunting by herself was this year, and she got this 180-pound 9-point up there in Walton County. She dog hunted for 19 days, and then she went out in the stand and got that one, still hunting. That's good. This has happened before. John Van, you know you live in a cool place when you're gifted a random mullet drops from the local ospreys. And this has happened before. We've had I've seen this happen, them dropping drop of fish and all, but they dropped it in the backyard. A gift from heaven. All right. Okay, I want to announce this. Rodney, the fellows up there at Fort Quarters Quail Plantation. Now listen, you remember the tower shoot I went on right before Christmas, the pheasant tower shoot. They're going to try to do one once a month, and this one they're going to have it on the 18th, on January the 18th. It will be a great experience, and this is it right here. This is right before we get to Clarksville. They're just opening up this place. It's going to be nice. I'm so proud to have this in the Florida Panhandle, to quail hunt and pheasant hunt out of it. And this was my first one. And Rodney and David and all those folks, they know what they're doing, and it's just a lot of fun. Like I said, last time my gun barrel got hot from shooting, which is, if you're a hunter, you know that's a lot of fun. Ronnie Stevenson's been on the show before, and he just manages his land so well up there in Jackson County. He's basically creating better wildlife habitat this afternoon. If they'd done this kind of stuff in California, they wouldn't have been in this kind of trouble they're in. I'm not trying to be ugly or anything like that, but you got to have controlled burns, and nature does some of it, but you have to help out, and especially control like this, and it opens it up good. All right, let's see. I got a bunch of them. Let me see. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll tell you what. Before I get into the coyotes, let's go and take a break and come back and talk about the coyotes. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Glad you're with us. Always glad you're with us. We're talking about coyotes, and David Borges sent this. I won't read the whole thing right here, just talking about coyotes. And we've talked about them before, the predator they are. And this has been researched by the Game and Fish Commissions in several different states. So basically, they're talking about 10 to 20% of farm deaths, and it goes on to coyotes are 37%. Let's see, let's get on up here. I got a chart he sent. And the bottom sentence, in one study, 66% of fawn deaths by coyotes occurred in the first 3 weeks of life, of course, when they couldn't get away. But here's a chart right here. Oops. Okay, Jeff, let me get back to the pictures here. Technology sometimes is a blessing and sometimes aggravating. Okay, so most times it's good. All right, so here it is right here. Got it right here. Okay. During the coyote denning season, studies have found that female coyotes average killing 19 fawns to feed their offspring. Okay, so that's a lot of reason people shoot the coyotes around there, because they really can do some damage to the deer population. Moving on, Joe Myers. Okay, Joe's a big fisherman. Okay, enough said. All it is, just a 28-inch, 7.5 pounder. And folks, this day and time, that is a fine trout. You see what he caught it on. You see that color, which is interesting this time in dead winter, that bright color right there. And here, you got it measured right here, and I'm gonna blow that up so you can see. Well, let's see, I'm gonna blow it up right here, right there. See 28 inches on the far right? Look at how close that is. That is a perfect trout right there. And then of course, he weighed it 7.5 pounds. Good job, Joe. Norman Thibodeau, big fisherman, big outdoorsman. I got this buck Saturday morning, a 9-point with a drop tine and 22-inch spread, my best so far. He ran into a tree and it fell on him. Let's see. Here it is right here. The Thibodeau. Look at Norman. That is a fine buck. Best one ever. Good one. That's good hunting right there. And hit the tree, and you can see that's an old buck. And good job, Norman Thibodeau. Okay, this is interesting. It was chill to start, but this guy, Charlie Boyd, fishing out of a kayak again. He's kayak fishing. This is coming back now. The kayak fishing is making a resurgence, and he got a trout, redfish, and he had a flounder, but lost it. Okay, so anyway, I want to let's give a just quick report. I want to this time middle time of the season right here, and hunting. But right now it's very important. We all realize, for the most part of this area, we're in the rut, the peak of the rut. We always look at the middle of January for about 2 weeks there. So right now you're starting to see a lot of pictures of big bucks. All hunters are aware of it, but just want to encourage if you get in spare time to get out there, walk in the woods, and do some things. And also on fishing, we're talking about. I've been seeing a lot of reports on catching drum, and one of the things I didn't mention, I meant to mention this past Friday in the report about chumming. And, getting all kind of, fish guts, anything to smell and all, and put it in a bag or a little, some people have PVC with holes in it, and just drop it in the water and just leave it there, sort of let it soak and let that smell get out, especially if you're fishing around the bridge, around the pilings. Of course, if the tide's going out that way, you want to put it this way so it'll flow into the piling, but if you get that smell, it always gets them excited. So chumming has always been a lot of fun. And always, when you're doing that kind of fishing from one spot, if you're moving around in a boat, it's not that big a deal. Okay, let's go ahead and I've got more pictures, but I want to go ahead and get these names in right here. I've got a bunch of names, and y'all been very faithful in getting names. I'm gonna fold them up, drop them like this, and just be patient with us. And we'll before we do that. Well, I can do it afterwards. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go and get his names in. The Melvin family, Jennifer McDaniel and Troy McDaniel family, okay? But here's a Melvin, got a lot of Melvins. Donna, got Crystal, all these, the Fountain folks up there. Carson Hathaway up there in Fountain. Camilla Melvin, Fountain. Josh Barton, Fountain. We got a bunch of folks in Fountain to watch the show. Christian Stanfield Johnson. You don't say where she's from. Joanne Maxwell, Chattahoochee, Joanne and Ned. Ned, they're very good about watching. Likes to surf fish down at St. George Island. Okay, got those two in here. From Greenhead, Rebecca Weeks. Darrell Weeks, Greenhead. Lisa Ward, Ebro. And Greg Ward from Ebro. Let me see. All right, Panama City Beach, Dennis Tatum, A.J. Acock, DeSoto, Georgia, Lexi Melvin, Fountain, and Joy Melvin. Joy, a nice note you wrote. Amber Melvin, all these folks were from Fountain, and Bella. And then from, this is the Lowdown, we'll get it every year, the Lowdown Losers Lying Fishing Club in Compass Lake. There's a group, okay, the Lowdown Losers Lying Fishing Club. How about Brett Donner? There's some more of them in here too. Captain Greg Frady, he's in that group. Let me see if I get Captain Turtle, Mike Grazioso. And you're right about Lowdown Line Fishing Club. And Greg Frady and Captain Dick Rich Frady. Okay, captains. All right. And then Ann Newton from East Callaway Heights. Beverly Taylor, Parker, the Taylor family, Johnny Taylor. Grant Taylor, Heather Taylor, Chad Taylor, Debbie Colemetz, Ponce de Leon, Sam Taylor Parker, Sarah Taylor Parker, Houston Taylor, fishing captain. Okay, Roger Newton, East Callaway, Jack Barton, Fountain, Tony Acock, Panama City Beach, Tracy Acock, Panama City Beach, and Richard Dutton from Deer Point Lake, John Loy viewer. John Buffman, Callaway, He put born and raised in Callaway. Jim Nichols, Deer Point, and the last one from Ponce de Leon, Robert Colmetz. And keep those coming in. We're getting some in there, aren't we? Okay, get back to pictures real quick. Give me a second. It all went off. Let me get back to see if I can find it. Let's see. Okay, we got it. Okay, right here. This is talking about winter fishing. You can't catch them if you don't go. Remember how cold it was this weekend? This is up on Lake Talquin. We're talking about, I talked about it in the report. In fact, I featured Lake Talquin. This is the results of it, catching these speckled perch. Really good fishing on Lake Talquin. If you want to go with a guide or something, if you know it well enough, here it is right here. In fact, that's the heat. Okay, these two guys went out. Look how cold it was, but there's a lot of fishing. One of my former students, Tommy Taylor. We got a free wagon ride Saturday evening. Good job, Tommy Taylor. Big old smile, always a smiling. Here's an email from Joy Melvin. Let me read this as we close out this segment. Hello, Coach Chester. Congratulations on another great year. Looking forward to this year's Panhandle Outdoors. Can't get outdoors due to health anymore, so it's great having your show to look forward to. Please put us in the drawings. Maybe I can get a fish. God bless you and your family. Keep up the great work, and some of us really love and need it. Thank you, Joy Melvin. So thank you, Joy, for those kind words. And that's what we try to do. We try to share the outdoors with all kind of, from this high to old people like me. So we just, we appreciate the kind words, and hopefully you can get win you one of those big fish, Joy. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. A quick look at the Fish and Game times, or I should say time, because it's just one time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. How about 11:40 to 1:40? Now, we often talk about outdoor photography, and I encourage you to do it because a lot of y'all do it. And I have a set of pictures right here. Dana Sewell Cole from up there in Alpha. She took the weekend and went down to St. Mark's Wildlife Refuge. And I'm going to show you some of her pictures. In fact, I'm basically just going to go through her Facebook page, okay? St. Mark's was cold, but a beautiful day. And look at all the pictures she got, okay? Okay, a little spot buck. Okay, look at these. Let me make them a little bit bigger. Okay, there you go. Look at it. That's a mallard right there, male and female mallard. Look at them diving. They're feeding right there. Great shot. We got 27, so I'm going to go through them pretty fast. Some hawks. Look at there. I mean, look at the clarity. She did a great job with her photography. But just think about all these are down at one location down there. Always a great shot when you get the pelicans on the pilings. The pelicans on the pilings. Spoonbill. Look at all these great pictures. How about that hawk? Isn't that a great picture out there? They're surveying the situation. All right? And look at there. All this is St. Mark's Wildlife Refuge. All kinds of, so many different things. And feeding, look at there. I really appreciate beautiful outdoor photography. Little widgeon, little buffalo head. Okay, male. Okay, look at there. They're walking along. They look at the reflection off the water. But isn't this great quality? And you always got to have, you got to find something here that's ugly. Otters are so ugly they look cute. But look, she got several pictures of this otter. He's just looking around, and they're funny. Look at there. Now, he's trying to figure out what Dana's doing. And they got a little video of them right there. They're amazing otters. Good job, Dana Sewell Cole from up there in Alpha, taking some good pictures. In fact, I'm going to show a picture of Dana and her camera. Check this out. She's got a big old camera. Today you will find me out where the wild things are, and that's what you got to do is get out. So Dana, I'm proud of you for doing all of that. So real quickly, I want to try to get, we've got something coming up Friday. I want to get some pictures here. Arbor Day. Okay, Arbor Day is a big deal to me because you get to plant, you know how much we love to plant. Arbor Day is really, across the nation, it's like the last day of April, but different states have different times because of the planting season. Florida, years ago, made their Arbor Day in January because it is a really good time to plant and let the plants sort of get seasoned and all and start sprouting out. And at school, we planted, out the way we planted a lot of things. I got so many stories, maybe I can tell you all later on, but if you get a chance to do something this Friday, here it is right here, Arbor Day 2025. You know, let's see, why don't we? Okay, I'll go through it. It talks about usually the last Friday in April. We can do 2 of them, okay? But it's a great history on it. I was reading about it last night. I wanted to share with you. And this is a picture of New York City. School, can you imagine elementary school, 1908, planting the trees in New York City? I wish all the schools still did this, and I want to encourage them to do it because it can be done, and we've done it. The history basically, this guy named Julius Sterling Morton. And listen, it didn't start here in the South anywhere. It started in Nebraska City, Nebraska in 1872. That's how old it is. It talks about this guy, interesting guy, he was born in 1832, but what a great heritage we have here to plant trees. And I want to encourage you to do it. Here's some planted here, different places. So, and here's schools doing it. And I want to encourage you to, we talk about trees all the time, about how big, how good they are, how much they can do for our environment. And we planted a bunch of trees over the years at Mosley. A lot of them been mowed down, run over, and all kinds of things. But about everything you see in our campus were planted by the Outdoor Ed kids. So I want to encourage you to get your schools up in Jackson County or whatever, just get a little seedling. Kids, especially plant it now, the kids, before they get out of school, will see it sprout out with a spring bloom. So pick out some things. It could be bushes or any kind of cool stuff, but just let them, get their hands dirty, dig a hole and everything and plant it. And especially elementary kids, they absolutely love doing that. And you can get a lot of folks who donate the stuff for you to plant. And I know if you're in a community and want to encourage some folks to do it, buy some little seedlings. I'm a member. I join Arbor Day every year. They send me a pack of little seedlings. I'll give some away, plant some. Some live, some die, but it's always a lot of fun. So I encourage you as an outdoors person to get into something like that and get some plants going, some trees going. Got to wrap it up. Got some big, the next 3 or 4 days, got some really interesting guests you're going to enjoy. Tomorrow, FWC will be here. All right, y'all have a great day today. Do something good for your fellow man. Enjoy the outdoors. Take care of it. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.